Alison Rosen, body language expert.
How do I look?
Also, I want to point out that between your tie and my shirt, we are so ready to hit the town right now.
That's it.
Okay, see you there.
See you there.
I've noticed that people sitting in this chair always do a particular gesture when they're introed, so intro me again. Not with that stuff at the end.
Alison Rosen.
What is it? It's like big ups to me. Well, one tip, and this one's so good I almost don't even want to give it away, but the very best time to go to the Museum of Natural History is 10 a.m. on Sunday. It's right when it opens, especially if you have kids, because you'll have the run of the place.
I mean, it's hard to come up with a creative way to ask someone to prom. Like, my boyfriend hired a rapist to ask me.
I remember your boyfriend. I remember your boyfriend.
I'm sorry, is my talking getting in the way of your interrupting?
Alison, would you try out this device?
My parents watch this show, and I don't want them to know that I clean.
I interviewed Harvey Keitel recently, and we talked about yoga and Buddhist meditation, which he's a proponent of, and he thinks that I should look into. And at the end, he said, I enjoyed you.
I only think it's fear-mongering when you're discussing terrorism while wearing a Freddy Krueger mask.
Oh.
I used to play tennis, and I know it's different because I was a little kid, and this is the NFL, but I think they could do what we did, which is to take the heads of the other team and put them on sticks around the field.
Yeah.
And this is my personal problem with this movie, is that in real life, this is not how chipmunks sound.
Yeah.
They tend to have a British accent. And when I was in film school, I was actually quite active in the Black Panthers, and I wrote a paper about this exact problem that you're highlighting.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, see now Bob's popping off. No. Get off me! Get off me! Get off me! It's hostile! It's very hostile!
I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to leave now.
Wow.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Wait, are you serious?
Seriously, get the hell off my set.
Okay.
Hurry. Are you leaving?
I have a BlackBerry. I'm one of the holdouts. However, and I like it, but people love their iPhones. Like the relationship they have with their iPhone. When I lose, see, look at you. When I lose my BlackBerry, I start panicking. But losing an iPhone must be like losing a child. See, you're not even hearing me. You're like in your little.
I'm in my iPhone world
reverie
right now.
days.
And I actually began to feel sorry for him reading the story in InStyle, because there's a part where she's interviewing him, and she's basically, like what you're saying, like, okay, you are totally a loser. Why do you keep the dream? Like, how do you manage to keep the dream?
But what he doesn't mention is that his dream was having a daughter who's going to support him for the rest of his life.
But I don't even think that's that surprising. In an election year, you know, people do whatever it takes. And it's like, at this point, if you even mention race, people say it's race baiting. And I feel like he shot himself in the foot by doing that, because he was making light of it. Like, that's my thing. I mean, regardless of whether we're going to demonize all of Hollywood, are we going to demonize Alec Baldwin? It was just so dramatic. Such a public way to destroy her image. I remember that morning hearing about it, and I just felt off balance, because it just seemed like such a demonstration of crazy behavior. So I have to tell you a story. It's very fast. The other day, I walk outside my apartment, get a few steps outside my door, and walk smack into my boss. He says, "Where are you going?" I say, "I'm on my way to play skee ball." He says, "Haha, very funny. Where are you really going?" I say, "No, I'm on my way to play competitive skee ball, and now I'm late, actually." So then I went, but I just had this feeling that he didn't believe me, so I just hope he is watching this, because the competitive skee ball league exists, and it is fabulous.
Ladies and gentlemen, a Brewski Ball one-day division.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Brewski Ball, the city's first ever competitive skee ball league.
Skee ball. Oh my God, I love skee ball.
This is how popular modern skee ball has become. There are already more than 60 teams. They have names like Ski Amigos, or Ski's Company, or if you ski something, say something. The game is basically all about points, but how you rack them up, that's where the skill comes in.
The hundreds are really there in skee ball to take your eyes off of the 40. They're basically there. They're just kind of alluring you. They're calling out to you, you know?
Get 100!
Aim for me. I'm worth a lot of points. I'm worth a lot of points. And it suckers in a lot of rookie rollers on the first 2 weeks of the season.
Instead, he and Evan recommend aiming for the 40.
One of our mottos in the league is find your 40, which is sort of the mantra of the league.
Not everyone listens.
I shoot pretty much exclusively for hundreds.
I'm a bit of a one-trick pony, but it's a pretty good trick when it works.
So what is it about this amusement park game that appeals to adults? It's more than just the rivalry.
It was like the social aspect of it was a really, really cool thing, and it's become one of the best things I could have done.
Brewski Ball has a lot of mottos. One is live, ski, or die, but the overriding motto of the league is let the good times roll.
All right, so you're probably wondering where you can go to play skee ball. There's a number of bars in the city with skee ball lanes. For a full list, you can log on to WNBC.com, and you'll also find out information about joining the league there.
All right, thank you, Alison.
A growing trend, returning, all right. And always remember that you can tune in to get best bets with Alison. You can do it tomorrow morning on Weekend Today in New York. You're usually there every Saturday morning, is that right?
That's right, and I hope that viewers don't even go to sleep tonight. Just stay right where you are.
Don't count on it.